there are three categories of vulnerable people in Jewish culture. And that three categories of vulnerable people, the widows always lead the list. If you want to mention vulnerable people in the Bible, you first of all mention the widow, the orphans, and the strangers. These are the three vulnerable people the Bible always presents. But in this list, the widow always led the list. So she had no reason to be generous. Yet, she was generous. So what it is teaching us today is that any of us can also be generous. It doesn't mean giving everything you have. But your willingness to give with love, your willingness to go extra mile, to make sacrifice, can enrich ordinary gifts to become something of a miracle, a marvel. That is what made the story of this widow very inspiring. What is one kobo compared to what others gave? It is nothing. But what empowered that gift was the fact that that gift came from a place of sacrifice. Others gave from their abundance. She gave from her poverty. So it was the sacrifice behind this gift that made this gift a model of generosity. So the message today is this. You are not called to give because you have too much. No. You are called to give because you care. You are called to give because you are willing to spare, to sacrifice. And any gift that flows from a place of sacrifice, from a place of love, from a place of care, is always a beautiful gift. So if there is one thing we are going to learn from this poor widow, it is this. Nobody is too poor as to have nothing to give. Even your smile. No wonder if we read the Gospel of Matthew chapter 25, verse 35, we were told that those who were granted access to God's kingdom were those who gave as little as a cup of water. I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. Those who gave something as little as visiting somebody who was sick in the hospital. I was sick, you visited me. You didn't say I was sick. You called the doctor or you donated money to see that I was cured. Even though this is okay, beautiful. But to tell you that even as little as going to hospital to see somebody who is sick and say, I'm so sorry, you'll be fine. It's a beautiful gift. I was in prison, you visited me. It didn't say I was in prison, you hired a lawyer, paid money, paid for legal services to see that I was released from prison. No. You visited me. So nobody is too poor as to have nothing to give. The gift of your smile, the gift of your time. But the beautiful thing is to give from a place of love, from a place of care. That is what can raise ordinary gifts to something of a miracle, a mystery. So what moved Jesus when these people were giving was that he was observing how the rich were giving from a place of abundance. When they made sure they have secured their security and everything is okay, they gave from a place of abundance. But this poor widow gave from a place of vulnerability, from a place of poverty. And Jesus was inspired by this.